Are you looking for bite-sized videos when it comes to topics like WordPress and blogging? If yes, then Blogging Unplugged Clips is for you. Hello guys, I'm Jasmeet, and on this channel I will be sharing clips from my main channel Blogging Unplugged almost every single day. Now if you are into bite-sized informational content, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. And with that said, let's dive into the video. Hello guys and welcome to the screen capture of this video. Now the first feature that has been introduced in Elementor Pro 3.8 is the addition of, or is the introduction of, the feature known as the loop builder, or a new widget known as the loop grid. Now using this feature or this widget, you will be able to create a custom collection of basically post pages or products. Okay, and you will be able to use it in multiple locations on your website depending on your requirement. Now remember, this thing is completely customized. You can customize each and every part of it. Now first things first that you will have to know here is that this feature is currently under experiments and it requires you to have the Flexbox container experiment active. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Now to head over to experiments, let's just go to Elementor settings right over here and then head over to experiments. Okay, now you can see the loop feature, which is right over here, is the loop builder, is an experiment that is under beta and it requires you to have the Flexbox container experiment active. Okay, so Flexbox by default comes inactive in Elementor, so to use it you will have to activate it. Now another thing, if you are not familiar with Flexbox, then let me tell you, then when you will activate this experiment, it will give you a new widget known as containers, using which you can basically create layouts in Elementor, and it will replace the inner section widget. So this is the new way of basically building layouts using Elementor. I would love for you to give this feature a try. It is an amazing feature. For this feature, Elementor has also created a playground. It is basically a free playground that Elementor has created, and I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. Okay, now first things first. Now if I try to activate this thing, let's just head over to this thing and click activate right over here, and as soon as you will you will select active in this drop down right over here, it will ask you to basically first activate another experiment, which is the Flexbox container. So what you are going to do is you're going to click activate right over here. Activates the Flexbox container when you hit that activate button and activate the loop widget. Now what we are going to do is we are going to add a new post right over here and head over to edit with Elementor. You can see the container widget and you can see the loop grid widget. Okay, now when I will add this widget, it will ask me to create a template. Okay, so basically you can see right over here, choose a template. So in case you have created you have collections that you've created using this loop grid widget, then you can basically reuse them at places that you want to. Okay, first things first. Now in case you don't have, then you will have to create a template for it. Now this is where the loop grid widget is different from other widgets. So for example, let's just take a normal post widget. What it does is it basically generates a grid of posts or a list of posts depending on your requirement. You select a query, customize it as per your requirement, but it is a bunch of posts that are being displayed as per your requirement or as per the source that you have selected, right? But here things are different. You are basically creating a custom list or a custom collection of post pages or products depending on your requirement, and these things are completely customized. Now take this into consideration. Remember this thing. Okay, till here we are done till here. Okay, now I'm going to show you another thing that you need to know before we move forward. Okay, now there is a feature known as theme builder in Elementor, and I think everybody is familiar with it. You can find it right over here, and let's just head over to theme builder for once. Now you can see right over here, when you will activate the loop builder or the loop experiment, it will show you another theme, another part in basically the theme builder, which is the loop item. Now you can click right over here, and you can create basically a template for using the loop builder for your pages using this loop item as well. Now in case you want to rename, you can do it from here. Edit, you can do it from here. Trash, export, rename, you can do everything right from here and add a new one as well. Now this is as good as you are doing it here by adding the widget, right? So you can call it another way of creating a template for using your loop builder, using the Elementor loop builder. So this is another way of doing things. Okay, so right over here, so let's just click template right over here, click save, and it will show us a bunch of recommended widgets. Okay, so you can see right over here, post, excerpt, title, content, featured image. So let's just drag a featured image right over here. Okay, you can customize the featured image. Go back, select a title. Let's place it right over here. You can select the HTML size, style, just like you are doing it with the titles. You can do it right over here with this loop builder as well, in the loop builder as well. This loop builder is basically letting you create a template that it will replicate the number of times that you will select using the existing basically widgets that you have in Elementor. So understand it this way. It is a widget that uses other widgets to create a template for the loop that you are going to create. So this is basically creating an item, a replica of it, or basically it is creating a structure that it will be replicating across the collection or the grid or the list that you are creating using the loop builder. So for example, what I have done here is I have added a a featured image and a heading. I can customize it as per my requirement, link it. You can go right over here, choose an image. I have selected a featured image. You can see I did add this widget right over here. Then I added this post title right over here. We can add a excerpt right over here, and that's it. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to click save and back. Now what it will do is it will replicate it all across, right? We just created one and it replicated across it, right? Now what we are going to do is I'm going to click right over here. Okay, now you can see choose a template has this option where it is letting you select a template. So you can click right over here, and there was another item. You can see loop item 24. So you can select another template as well, but we are going to select this one. Now when it comes to the number of columns or items per page, you can change right from here. You can change the number of columns to, we can make the number of items to 4, right? Now in case of queries, you can select post pages, landing pages, manual selection, current query, related. Okay, then you can include and exclude depending on your requirement. You can click right over here, term and author. Then you can order them, okay, based on ascending, descending, date. You can select past, day, week, whatever. Okay, that is, then you can ignore the sticky post from right over here. Then you can see for the pagination as well. Now let's head over to styling, and you can add basically the gap between columns and posts. You can see right over. You can see these are moving, right? And gap between rows, right? So this is basically the loop builder widget. This is basically a very brief look on the loop builder widget or the loop grid widget in Elementor Pro 3.8. This is relatively a new feature. Now, before we move forward, now here is the thing that I personally faced using this feature. And behind the scenes, I was trying to create this tutorial because I write articles on it as well. So I was, on occasions, I was facing issues, and on occasions it was working perfectly fine. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working perfectly, right? So this is one thing that I want to tell you. If you want to use it on your website or any or basically, let's just call it, if you want to use it on a live website, I would love for you to give it a try first on a development environment, and then move it to a live website so that it doesn't cause you much issues. Okay, so this is one thing that I want you to keep in mind. Again, this is a feature that has been introduced as an experiment, and for right now in Elementor Pro 3.8, it requires you to have Flexbox container active for you to use it. And in case you have any queries regarding this feature, I am testing this feature out. I'm using this feature right now on my development site, and uh, if you have any queries, feel free to comment down below. Okay, so this is basically the first very brief look at this feature. Now, I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell. In case you have any queries, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below. Make sure to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.